If there is one thing that I would like you to take away from this video, it is that the idea of you or I needing closure is an absolute waste of your time, okay? And I'm going to explain to you why I believe this and why I think that closure just really isn't worth the time of day. About a week and a half ago, I made a video titled Boundaries. It's on my channel. Go watch it if you have not watched it yet. But in that, I talked about a very traumatic situation, an experience that happened last year, summer, June of last year of 2024. And it left me with an astronomical amount of pain, trauma, but also confusion, and like, I kept asking questions over and over and over to myself, like, maybe I was a bad partner, maybe I didn't love them hard enough, maybe I failed in this way, you know, maybe I didn't make enough money, maybe I didn't have a good enough career, maybe my receding hairline was like, ridiculous, irrational asking questions, like, all these reasons, trying to give myself a reason for why somebody would do something so horrendously horrible towards me, especially after everything we had went through for over 4.5 years, almost 5 years. So let me tell you about closure, because I got some closure in December of 2024. So I sent a letter in December to the person who had an affair towards me, and it was a very hard letter to write. I started the letter off, I'm not going to go into, it was like 5 pages, I think. I started the letter off with saying, I forgive you not because of what you did or to justify or excuse anything that you did towards me or your treatment of me, but I forgive you because I have to forgive you, or else I'm going to be a bitter, resentful person. And in fact, it's a running joke with my therapists. Are you an incel yet, Daniel? Because after what she did, I'm justified. Like, realistically, I'm justified of hating women for the rest of my life after what happened. But also, I'm a fair and logical person. That's not putting everybody in the same bubble and just, like, writing everybody off. It's easier to be bitter and angry and just, like, focus on that hatred and bitterness and become a resentful person. And I know myself, if I allow resentment to take over, I will be miserable and insufferable, and just nobody will want to get to know me, and then I'm not being who I actually am, and I'm just letting this negative, toxic emotion, resentment, bitterness, and anger, those aren't always toxic, but they can be if you hyper-focus on that and you just let it build and build and build and build over the years. There's people that I know who are in their 40s and 50s who've had a divorce back when they were like in their 20s, and they still are so festered on their hatred and bitterness and resentment of that situation that it's consumed them to be miserable people. And I'm not gonna be that way. I'm not that way. So that's why I started the letter off with saying, like, I forgive you, blah, 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 but I have to forgive you because I'm not going to choose to be like you. In December of 2024, I sent a letter. It was handwritten. I didn't expect a response back, but I actually got an email in response, which I'm not going to share. I know people are really invasive. They want to know, but no, it's private. It's a private matter. But what's important in that letter is that, in that email that they sent me, was that I actually got closure, okay? They gave me some closure. And then I realized, after I read the email multiple times, I've probably read the email like 200 times, right? I've read it, reread it, reread it, reread it over and over and over and over again. One second, gotta have my coffee. And some people got annoyed that I slurped my coffee in a prior video. Yeah, I did that on purpose, okay? Like, I don't slurp my coffee all the time. I did it on purpose, just to piss people off. What was I saying? They sent me an email giving me closure, okay? And, oh my God, after I read it, it actually made me more mad. It made me more angry after I read it, because I'm like, wow, an email. Like, this person couldn't even come to me and sit down face to face and have the balls to say what they said. They got to do it in an email. I'm like, wow, like that's as bad as like trying to break up with somebody over text and you've been in like a relationship for like 5 years or 10 years or something, right? Like it's just like, I felt very, very conflicted when I read it. I'm like, okay, this person's admitting that they cheated on me. They admitted this, right? They are saying that they did all this horrible things, they mistreated me, and they're so sorry for that. And there's another part very near like the middle of it, I remember they're like, all you did was support me in everything I wanted to do, and I treated you horribly when you were trying to support me. I'm like, yeah. I was like, wow. I'm a very supportive person of somebody that I'm in a relationship with. Like, if they come to me and they tell me, like, they want to do something, I'm going to be very encouraging and be like, push them forward. I want to encourage them in whatever they want to do. So, like, that particular phrase, like, all you did was support me in times where I needed support and I treated you horribly. I was like, wow. You know? I mean, that felt a little bit good. But the rest of it was just like, yeah, I cheated and I'm so sorry. Blah, 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 blah. I was projecting all of my personal issues, blah, 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 which I know that's exactly what was happening, because when I confronted that originally to them face-to-face, that's what they were doing. They were projecting all of their issues onto me, which is normal, right? Like, it's not a big deal that happens, because it's a very normal defense human mechanism that we have when people don't want to deal with the fact that they're the ones doing something terrible. They don't want to face things, so we tend to just push all of our issues on other people, right? It's normal. It's a normal thing. So it's not... I guess what I'm trying to say is the email gave me closure, but it made me feel worse, because I would have rather not even had a response at all and just let my mind wander, because now that I know it's literally because of exactly what I thought it was originally, why they did this, it just left me like, wow. That's the reason? That's the reason. It's not because he was better looking or had more money or a nice car or whatever, right? It was that reason. Like, the reasoning wasn't good enough. That's what I'm saying. The closure I got, it wasn't good enough. It made me like, Jesus Christ. I dodged a motherfucking bullet. I pulled a goddamn Neo, just dodging everything left and right. I did it, right? I dodged a bullet. But yeah, so closure's overrated, okay? And here's the thing. Another thing you need to understand, okay? I don't know your situation. I don't know if you've been married 5 times, 2 times. I don't know if you've been in multiple relationships. I don't know if you're monogamous, poly, whatever. I don't care. What I do know is that if certain people do certain things to you, DV, domestic violence, I don't know, let's say they just treat you horribly. They call you super degrading names. They demean you in everything that they ever say. I don't know, they just treat you like garbage, right? Or they have an affair, they cheat, or whatever. Right then and there, and this is so hard to do when you're living in the situation, it's hard to do, right? But at some point, I think everybody does have a breaking point. I know I did. I've had multiple breaking points with people in my life. And understand that their treatment of you, whatever that is, that's the closure you need, okay? We always want to seek deeper answers for why things are done to us, or why they didn't explain why they did what they did, because we think it's going to make us feel better. But in my situation, and this is personal, individualistic, it didn't make me feel better. It made me more mad that, like, that's the reason. And that's not a good enough. It's almost like I wanted them to give me a good reason, a justification that would make sense. And the reason that they gave me didn't make sense. So therefore it wasn't... Does that make sense what I'm saying? That almost sounds like a complete contradiction what I just said. I was just looking for something that would make more sense to me for why they would do this. Like, the person was rich or something. I don't know. That doesn't excuse somebody cheating because they have more money than somebody else. But, like, in my head, I'm like, well, you know, if they have more to offer somebody. But this was somebody who, like, they downgraded from... They massively downgraded. And I just couldn't wrap my head around how they could downgrade to something like that. And then it ended in like 6 months, just as I called it. I called it. I remember saying to that man, the man having the affair and her having the affair, I'm like, Your karma's coming to both of you. And if you want all this, it's all yours and I left. Like, it's painful. But right then and there, that was the closure I needed when she did that, right? And what I'm trying to say is we want deeper meanings for things, and sometimes we don't need it. Sometimes the answer is right in front of us, but we choose to ignore it. We choose to just close our eyes and be like, actually, I want this closure because I think it's good. I know it's going to make me feel better, but then it doesn't. It doesn't make you feel better. It makes you more angry. So if somebody cheats on you, that cheating, okay, it's not about you, it's about them. Just understand that. That's what cheating boils down to. It is not about you, it's about them. And even if it is, even if you are lacking something in a relationship, it is your it's the partner's responsibility to communicate that you're lacking in a place that they need, okay? Just because you've mentally checked out of the relationship, if you've mentally checked out of a relationship, you need to tell your partner, I've mentally checked out, and let's split. Don't mentally check out of the relationship, then cheat, then go, right? Like, there's an order in which you can do things. If you don't love somebody, tell them that you don't love them anymore and move on, right? You don't have to continue to be in a relationship, act like you love them, and then cheat on somebody, and I'm just making up scenarios here. Like, you don't have, there's a process to do things the right way. And the right way is just to break up, split, divorce, whatever, and move on. Rather than pretend or keep somebody around for your own satisfaction or pleasure or financial gain or whatever it be, and then harm. My cat is like jumping in. Sorry if that's super loud. My cat's like having the zoomies right now. Their treatment of you is the closure that you need. Don't look for any deeper meaning, because at the end of the day, it's not going to give you the closure that you think it's going to give you, because their treatment of you is the closure. That's all I'm trying to say. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Hope this video made sense. I don't even know. I'm just talking. I'm gibberishing, because this has been on my mind a lot, and I realize how much closure isn't needed, because their ability to throw away 4.5 years so quickly in less than 24 hours, that's the closure I needed. But I wasn't happy with that. I wanted other answers, but those other answers didn't help me. So I don't know, maybe this will help somebody, maybe this will maybe help you critically think about something else, or maybe change your mind on something, I don't know. Also, I uploaded a video the other day, which YouTube only sent out to like 0.5% of my audience, which was really frustrating, because it was a 41-minute video that I actually spent 6 months documenting video of the growth progression of my cat, which you probably hear making noises in the background. So go check that out if you haven't. It's a 41-minute video of my dog and my cat bonding a relationship where, I don't know, it's an animal video. You love animals. I love animals. Go watch animals fall in love. Literally, okay? It would mean a lot, because YouTube didn't send out the video. Go figure, right? It's always the bigger videos, the longer videos that YouTube is just like, we gotta reward people with YouTube Shorts, because everybody's attention span is 2 seconds!